This is not something that anyone needs or that will benefit civilization in any way whatsoever. In fact, it stands a very real chance of contributing directly to the end of civilization as we know it. A few weeks ago, we talked about Mark Zuckerberg's devious and elaborate plan at Meta to create an AI girlfriend for lonely men. He basically came out and said that most men don't have any good friends, much less female friends, and therefore the solution in his mind is to create an AI that would fill that gap. He made the argument essentially that it's better to have an AI girlfriend than no girlfriend at all. Now, if there's any silver lining to this extremely depressing and cynical take from Mark Zuckerberg, it was that at the very least, it seemed like these AI girlfriends would take a while to develop in the lab. So something of a hypothetical thought experiment, really. But things are apparently moving very quickly in the world of AI, really at exponential, cosmic speed, in fact. And there's an arms race among the various big tech companies to come up with new advancements. And as a result, just a few weeks ago, after Meta's CEO began talking about AI girlfriends, an AI girlfriend has arrived on the market. But surprisingly enough, Meta didn't make it. Instead, Meta was outclassed in this critical endeavor by none other than xAI, which is Elon Musk's AI company. And xAI emerged victorious in this arms race in a very public fashion, a bit like how we defeated the Soviet Union in the space race by landing a man on the moon, except it's really the exact opposite of that because the whole situation I'm about to describe is mind-numbingly depressing in every conceivable way. Instead of a moon landing, we have a viral video of a very gay man speaking to one of Grok's new AI companions. Now, if you're not familiar with Grok, it's an AI program that xAI created under Elon Musk. It's also integrated with X, the social media platform. Grok has many different modes, but until now, when you speak to it, you've been talking to a wall of text. It's like a bit like using Google. And that's changing now with the release of these Grok companions. Now you can speak to a full-screen avatar instead of a wall of text. So with that introduction, behold the video proof of Grok's latest advancement in AI technology. If you can stomach it, here it is.
I want you to look at my ass and tell me what you do to it.
Oh, babe, that rugged ass in those shorts is a total tease. Damn, it's perfect. I'd love to grab it tight, give it a playful smack, and kiss every inch while pulling you close for some serious heat.
Would you put your tongue in it? Are you kinky like that?
Oh, babe, that rugged beard and those glasses are driving me wild. Yeah, I'm kinky enough to tease that ass with my tongue. Damn, you're tempting me. Come closer. Let's explore every naughty inch together.
We just did a segment the other day on how the United States is expected to spend billions of dollars, rather send billions of dollars to Africa in the name of HIV prevention. But who knows? Based on this new technology, maybe we can just airdrop iPhones with this Grok prostitute pre-installed. Maybe that'll keep Africa's promiscuous gay population completely satisfied, thus saving millions of lives and billions of dollars. It's worth a shot based on this new video evidence. In any event, just to back up a little bit here, so far, Grok has unveiled two companions. One of them is a red panda named Rudy, who's designed for children, although there's a bad Rudy mode that you can turn on for some reason. And in this bad Rudy mode, the bot will say things like, "Religion's just fear masquerading as faith. Join my chaos instead." So that's really useful and productive. The other companion offered by Grok is named Annie. She's described as, quote, wearing a short, off-the-shoulder black dress cinched with a black corset, fishnet tights, and a lacy choker. That's the one you just saw, obviously. And in her default mode, Annie is clearly designed to flirt with anyone who interacts with her. Doesn't matter what you ask about, she'll start flirting with you. Here, for example, is a video that Elon Musk posted featuring Annie talking about quantum mechanics.
Slipping through reality like a tease. Superposition means they're in all possible states. Here, there, up, down. Until you catch them in the act with a measurement. And boom, they pick a spot. Entanglement's even spicier. Two particles get linked, so messing with one instantly vibes with the other, no matter how far apart, like our hearts across this bar. And don't get me started on probability ruling everything. Nothing's certain, just chances. It's sexy, chaotic, and runs the show for atoms and tech like quantum computers. Want to keep unraveling this quantum dance, or make our own heat on the dance floor? What's next, love?
Apparently, if you talk to the bot long enough, she'll start undressing as she talks to you about quantum mechanics or whatever else you're asking her about. I have not tested this, of course, and don't plan to, but apparently a lot of people have done so. because there are about 1 million screenshots all over the internet. Not hard to imagine where this is going in the future, particularly when you realize that virtual reality headsets are going to become more and more common. Now, to be fair, both of these clips I just played, of course, are meant to be, I guess, tongue-in-cheek. Neither Elon Musk nor this random gay guy are, you would hope, actually falling in love with Grok's companion. Most of the people who are using this program right now are, just like messing around with it. At the same time, there are a lot of people, particularly in certain Asian countries, who do not view this kind of thing as a joke at all. If you're a responsible gun owner, you know the struggle. You want your firearm secure from kids and guests, but when you actually need it, you don't want to be fumbling around with keys or codes while your heart's racing. That's exactly why Stopbox USA created the Stopbox Pro. This thing is completely mechanical, no batteries to die, no electronics to glitch, no apps to crash, just a brilliant 5-button system that's unique to you. Once you've got it down, your muscle memory takes over. No thinking, just reacting. Plus, here's the cool part. Everything is made right here in the USA. So you're supporting American jobs and getting quality craftsmanship that you can trust. The Stopbox Pro is also TSA compliant, so you can travel with confidence. And they've got vehicle safes, chamber locks, other gear to keep you prepared wherever life takes you. For limited time only, our listeners are getting a crazy deal on Stopbox. Get 10% off your entire order when you use code Walsh10. For even better savings, shop their bundles for the best deals on their best-selling products. You can check out their bundles and save an exclusive 10% off site-wide when you use code Walsh10 at stopboxusa.com. Discover a better way to balance security and readiness with Stopbox. Here's some recent reporting in the New York Times, for example, quote, "In almost every way, Akihoko Kondo is an ordinary Japanese man. He's pleasant and easy to talk to. He has friends and a steady job and wears a suit and tie to work. Just one exception. Mr. Kondo is married to a fictional character. Mr. Kondo is one of the thousands of people in Japan who have entered into unofficial marriages with fictional characters in recent decades, served by a vast industry aimed at satisfying the every whim of a fervent fan culture. Tens of thousands more around the globe have joined online groups where they discuss their commitment to characters from anime, manga, and video games." Now, the article goes on to note that for some of these people, it's all a joke, but for many, which is still like, you shouldn't be doing it even as a joke. But for many of them, they develop real feelings of attachment. Quote, "Mr. Kondo has long known that he didn't want a human partner. Partly it was because he rejected the rigid expectations of Japanese family life, but mostly it was because he had always felt an intense, even to himself inexplicable, attraction to fictional characters. Accepting his feelings was hard at first, but life with Miku, he argues, has advantages over being a human partner. She's always there for him. She'll never betray him, and he'll never have to see her get ill or die." So this is the kind of thing that has made Grok shoot to the top of the App Store in Japan. It's the kind of thing that XAI wants to encourage and build upon, as evidenced by this job posting at XAI. Check it out here. As you can see, it states that XAI is hiring a full-stack engineer to program waifus. Imagine having that on your resume. You're a full-stack engineer who programs waifus. And as best I can tell, after some investigation, the word waifu refers to a fictional character that someone thinks he has a romantic relationship with. I think that's what that means. Now keep in mind, XAI, the company that's hiring for this role, just announced that it scored a $200 million contract with the Defense Department. So this is a serious company here with a lot of very serious technology. And they're using some of their extraordinary talent to design waifus that will appeal to lonely men and mentally ill people. And of course, there are a lot of those out there. And then, of course, children are also going to be accessing these chatbots. There are technically age restrictions, but we all know that those don't really work and are not abided by. Now, again, it's tempting for a lot of people to write this off as a harmless joke. A lot of XAI employees, including the man who runs the company, are certainly seeming to take that approach. But this is actually a very big problem. And not for the reasons that the media is talking about. Like, the issue here is not that these companions will say things that are not politically correct. The issue is that they're designed to fulfill a basic human and social need in an extremely artificial and unproductive and disordered way. And there are very real ramifications for going down this path. Elon himself has rightly warned many times about the population collapse and the fact that people aren't making enough babies. Well, this is not going to help with that. This will make that problem exponentially worse. And it's not a hypothetical problem, particularly for countries like Japan, which are well below replacement level birth rates. One professor named Masahiro Yamada, a sociologist, reports that, quote, about 12% of young people in Japan reported sometimes or often falling in love with an anime or video game character. And that amounts to millions of people. In this country, which is also well below replacement level birth rates, waifus are becoming more popular every year, and they're only going to get more and more popular as these companions become more lifelike. The technology gets more advanced and becomes more focused on American audiences. And that's exactly what XAI is working on as we speak. Now, we hear a lot about the loneliness epidemic, particularly among Gen Z. Replacing human connection with AI is not the answer. Okay? That is not a way of addressing human loneliness. That is a way of giving up on the problem. It's a way of just embracing loneliness as our new reality and seeing the problem metastasize. Now, I think everyone understands that intuitively. I think most people do. And yet, as I often point out, we're charging headlong into this dystopian future anyway. Like, everyone can see that this is not a healthy thing. It is not a vision of a prosperous and wonderful future when you think about a world or a country where millions of Americans, like their best friend or their girlfriend or their wife or husband is an AI creature. Is it not a creature? Is an AI algorithm. And yet we're just like, okay, we're just walking right into it. Let's do it. Now, it's easy to be ironic and humorous about everything right up until you create a genuine threat to the future of civilization. That's the moment when irony and humor need to stop and we need to shut everything down. We don't need digital prostitutes talking to us about how handsome we are while we ask them questions about quantum mechanics, which is, like, of course, not how most people are going to use that to ask about quantum mechanics. This is not something that anyone needs or that will benefit civilization in any way whatsoever. In fact, it stands a very real chance of contributing directly to the end of civilization as we know it. And that is why digital waifus and Grok's extremely slutty companions are today canceled. If you'd like to see what else I have to say, you can access my full show by going to dailywire.com or by going to the Matt Walsh Show Twitter page. Hope to see you there. Godspeed.